very interesting to notice that when the Americans first came into the Philippines, most of the boxers fought in what we call John L. Sullivan type. The hand was more like this. Okay? There was no slipping, left, right, and back. There was no ducking in his body. It was just straight blast. Look at the fighters from John L. Sullivan, okay, to guys like gentleman Jim Corbett, did a hand like that. And when they punched, they watch some of the pictures, they put the hand back like this, just like the karate people. In the Philippines, if you notice the fighters at the same time period, the hand was up. They were slipping left, right, ducking, weaving, okay? Because from knife fighting, the knife has to be held in tight when you strike. So if the knife is held this way and hook, the same principles are being used, okay? That's very important to realize that different contributions of different people into the martial art. So in the Philippines, they already had the hand position here because you cannot put your hand out like that in knife fighting because they'll cut it off. Same thing in Siniwali. You would never fight a guy like that and the hand's out. Your hand has to be in for protection so that you can strike. Notice the hand position. If I didn't have the stick, you would still be in the hand position this way. Or notice the hand position, okay, if your hands are like that, right? One is ready to strike. So if I drop it, the motion comes from motion. If you look at a lot of Indonesian dances and Malaysian dances and Filipino dances, you will see that the form is in here already with the slipping and bobbing and weaving. See, it is incorporated into dances, although a lot of people don't realize it. Now what we do is we take it out of the classical thing, but I teach the Indonesian with the straight classical also, but for the Jeet Kune concept and for the blend, we take it out and employ the technique. Okay, I'm going to have Paula do something in Penjak Silat from what we call the third juros, okay? If she would face this way toward the camera, and this is what they call a sambut, or juros 3, okay? And I'll explain this to you, okay? This is traditionally done to the sound of the drum and Indonesian or Filipino or Malaysian music, okay? This one here is an Indonesian form. Should I ask you to do it one more time so the audience can see it again? This is a classic, where all techniques are taken from that motion. That's a sambut. Okay, now notice that the first sambut, if I have her face the camera again from this angle over here, I'm doing the first motion of that particular juros. Notice that motion here. Now, this motion here can mean three things. It is for the right punch, which is delivered right over here. Look at it again. So when she does it without somebody punching, it looks again like that. But that is one of the interpretations. Okay? Now the second one is if I throw my left hand, notice how the punch is here. Okay? Again, if I shoot here, the shot is here. Okay? Again. Okay, now I take my hand away. Notice it. It is just like the form. Okay? The other one is when the hand is on both on the outside. That's the shot. Again, in slow motion. From here, she has the option of going into various different types of tactics, right? Different types of follow-ups and so on. But that's what we do. We take it out of the classical content and then do the approach, okay? We do the approach by not modernizing it, but taking it out of the structure, and if they want to later on go back and learn the form where it originally came from, that's what we do, okay? The next thing that was very common in the Philippines, in the Jeet Kune concept and in the Filipino martial, we like to train the attributes, because the training of the attributes are very important, okay? Now I'm going to use her to just go through some of the basics, not a whole workout, but I would like you to come back here, okay? We want to train various different tools of the body. So what we do is we incorporate the drill, whether it comes from Muay Thai, whether it comes from Savat, whether it comes from Filipino Kali, whether it comes from Wing Chun. We take it and we put the drill into hitting drills. Okay, for an example, if I'm training this young lady, okay, we first put her either in the left stance or we put her in the right stance. And if it's in the right stance, we hold go this way, and if it's this way, we hold this way. Okay, we start off with a jab. That would be the jab. Okay, that would be the jab. Okay, jab and jab. Okay, after we learn that, then we go into the next basic, and usually the next basic is jab, cross. Jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross. Okay, now in between that, after she finishes her jab, cross, I might hit her here, I might hit her here, I might hit her here, I may hit her here. Okay? I might throw and then ask her to do jab cross. Then the next basic usually we might follow is the use of the elbows. There are many ways to use the elbow. We go jab, elbow, jab, elbow, jab, elbow. Okay, that would be one of the ways we train the elbow. Okay? Then we go in the combination. There could be a jab, cross, and a hook. Okay? A jab, cross, hook, jab, cross, hook. Okay? Then we have what we refer to as a jab, cross, and a body hook. Okay? Jab, cross, and body hook. And a jab, cross, and body hook. Okay. Then we have the next drill is a jab, cross, and uppercut. See? Jab, cross, and uppercut. Jab, cross, and uppercut. Okay. For the purpose right now, because we're not really training for the purpose of the tape, we're just taking our time. Okay. Then she has to learn a little defense. Okay. The first one we teach our beginners is when I jab this position, or if I cross the position, she's going to shoulder roll. That means she gets away from this. Now, in reality, it's good when you shoulder roll, you should use a side kick with it. Okay? But for training the hands simply, we shoulder roll and then we cross, cross. Look at it again in slow motion. Shoulder roll, cross, cross. Okay? Then we can put it in any object. I might throw the jab. She might shoulder roll. She might low cross, uppercut, low cross. Okay? Again in slow motion. Shoulder roll, cross, cross. Okay? At this time, we want to learn evasive motion. So we go in what we refer to as the bob and weave. Common to Filipino boxing, common to Western boxing. So if I throw my first jab and she catches it, okay, and I throw the cross, she bobs over here at 1 o'clock and weaves out to 11. Slow motion again, that becomes your hook, cross, hook. Again, we'll do it 3 times for the purpose of the tape, okay? Again, bob and weave, cross, cross. At the time, if I'm training her, I would correct her on different body positions, but not correct her too much as that she might lose the flow, and correct her, let it go, okay? All right, now, if I jab over here, I'm going to hook. So she does the bob and weave in the opposite position. These are not the only targets we use. But right now, bob and weave, okay? Cross, cross. Okay, in slow motion again. Jab, she bob and weave, cross, cross. Sometimes she's unable to bob and weave, so she catches with the front hand, and she covers. Okay, so in other words, I jab, okay? And then I hook, she catches it here, and she hooks, cross, hook. Okay, in slow motion again. I jab, and she covers. Notice how she's covered? Okay, hook, cross, hook. Okay. A lot of times when I throw the cross, she is going to be countering inside. She has 3 options. She can do the shoulder stop. Okay, see how it pulls me off balance? She can do a bicep stop, which is here. She can do a straight arm deflection. Okay, which is over here, okay? She can actually hit the face, but we don't do this for the drill, okay? All right. So when she does a shoulder stop, let's say, I set my target. 1, 2, 3. Does it always have to be that? No. You can set your target. In slow motion again. I put my foot glove, see my elbow, elbow, elbow. Look at it again in slow motion, okay? She covers the stop. She puts it over here. Elbow, elbow, elbow. Okay, now, those are the ways we train it, okay? Because there's many, many drills, and you can almost take a tape, maybe 3 tapes, on just how you use your basic tools, okay? A lot of times, if I'm jabbing, I'll show you why we do this. If I jab, and if she parries my cross, the elbow would be here. The knee would then follow here once and twice. This we like to do because they do this a lot in Muay Thai, okay? So again, in slow motion, 1, 2, parry, elbow, 1, 2, okay? Now, because your right hand cannot get back, if she were to elbow here, my face would be exposed, okay? Right? And then we go 1, 2, okay? At this point over here, all right, so that she practices the elbow first, she will treat my jab as a cross. She will catch, parry, elbow, double knee, 1, 2. Look at it again in slow motion, again. Okay? So you catch, parry, elbow, 1, 2. Okay?